Alright guys, so we're back with another episode of the mowing series, and we're out pretty early today trying to get as many properties done as possible because I got a plan. So we're at $14,000 right now. I think it's time for me to buy a ride-on lawnmower, but the thing is, I don't know if we're going to be able to buy a brand new one. I'm going to be looking around on Marketplace first. I'm going to check the hardware store. We need a ride-on lawnmower and a trailer because I can't really put it in back of the truck. But I think it's time for me to do that because a lot of the properties over here are pretty massive, and I think that's the only way for me to get ahead. Anyways, I finally got this one done here. Let's park the mower, go over, collect my money, and we can get on with the rest of the day. So I made $140 off this property. I ended up putting the price up $30. After speaking to some locals around here, I found out I'm still pretty low compared to the competition. So I think we're pretty close to it now. I might be $20 less, but I'm going to stay at this price for a little bit. That way I continue to get the contracts. I pretty much knocked on all the doors on the street. We did what we could over here, so I think the best thing for me to do is pack up the mower, go over to the next street, and hopefully we get better luck. Alright, so after driving around for about 15 minutes, I came across this property right here. I think this one might be a good one to start at, and I'm pretty sure I didn't knock on their door before, so let's go over, see if we can get this one. Yes, so I ended up getting this one right here. I'm happy about that. That's two properties we knocked on, and we got them, so I'm going to take the mower off. Now, I do wish I had a ride-on lawnmower right now. It would make this a lot easier because there is a lot of grass here. It's going to take me probably 2 hours to get this done. I went on Marketplace, and the mowers that are listed right now are way too much for me because I need to buy a trailer too. So that would put us over $16,000, and there's no way for me to get that much today. I'm pretty sure Hardware Bob's got a promotion on. I thought I seen it in the flyer. I can't really remember because I threw it out. If they do, I'm going to go over there because I think that was under $14,000. I don't remember the exact price, but it came with a mower and a trailer. Not the biggest trailer, but that would do for what we need it for until we can get some more money coming in. But the thing is, I don't know if it's for a certain Hardware Bob's or the whole chain. So there is one in town. I think we're going to go over there after we get a few properties mowed because I'm trying to get close to $15,000 just to be on the safe side. So we're pretty much there. I think if we get a couple more properties, we should be okay. So let's try to get this one done so we can get that ride-on lawnmower that we desperately need. Oh, my legs are so tired. Alright guys, so it's been roughly 2 hours. I finally got this one done. Oh, my legs are like jello, but that's all I can do right now. So I'm going to put the mower over here for now. You guys already know the drill. We're going to go over, get our money, and move on to the next house. And just like that, we got another $140 added to the bank account, and that puts us up to $14,935. So if we get one more property, we're going to have our goal, but I might try to get at least a couple more just to be on the safe side. Let's get the mower putting back the truck because over here, all the properties are pretty much mowed. So let's drive around. Hopefully we can find a couple more. If not, we're just going to go over to the hardware store and try to get that picked up. Well, that was just terrible, guys. I drove around for a bit, didn't get any more properties, but we're over here. I'm going to stop at the cafe, get a lunch, and maybe we can get some more. Anyways, I just spent $8. I got a sandwich and a coffee. It was pretty good, but I'm also pretty tired right now. So instead of going back out or stopping the Hardware Bob's because I just noticed there's a close sign there, so we got to wait till tomorrow anyway. I'm just going to go over to the RV, have a shower, and get some rest. I'm super tired, and it's finally nice to be able to sleep in a bed that's not in a tent. Ugh. Good morning, guys. I just finished eating breakfast, but I got a really good idea. So I was on Facebook earlier and I noticed the tow truck company around here. They got something posted, and I really can't go out mowing today anyway. We're going to stop over there and bring the trike back. I know it's probably not the smartest idea, but what they had it posted on Facebook was a reward. And the way I'm looking at it right now is I could say I found it on the side of the road and probably get a couple $1,000s for it. Or I could try to sell it on Marketplace and get probably 1,000. So I think this might be my best option. Let's get that loaded up. I mean, we really can't do anything else today because of the rain. And if we're able to make money, that's good. But if we go over there and there's a trap, we're probably going to end up in jail. Hopefully they can't see me on the video. I did end up wearing a mask and a couple other things that I thought you wouldn't be able to notice me, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm just pulling up right now. I don't see a cop car or any undercover cars, so I think it might be okay for me to go in. So I'm going to park right here for now. Make sure the cameras can't see me just in case. So I think I should be okay here. Then I'm going to go inside, get my money, yank this off, and get out of here. Oh, that was brutal, but I did get $2,000. We went back and forth a lot because they didn't believe this was the right trike. I had to go out with them and prove this was the right trike, and the only way was to scrape the paint off, which, now that I think of it, probably wasn't the best idea because they started to think, how did I know it was painted? Well, I didn't have an answer for them. We got the money, but I don't know if the cops know about us. Anyways, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to head over to Hardware Bob's, spend the money we just got, and get the mower and trailer. So let's park over here. I don't see one out front. This could be a bad sign. I think the best thing for me to do is to go inside, make sure they got one here, and if not, I'm going to have to make the drive to the next town. Alright, so after speaking to the manager, he said go through this sketchy alleyway right here. Oh, it's almost like a maze. And they should have one in back. So let's go check that out. Okay, so I see a trailer and I see a mower. So let's check this out. The trailer is a bit small, but I mean, for the price, I can't really complain. We got a Craftsman mower. I had one of those before. They're not the best, but there's really no option for me right now. I gotta buy what I can. Yes, finally something is going my way. I paid $10,000 for this setup. Now, it was in the flyer for $11,000. I went back and forth with Bob. Well, I don't know if his name's Bob. I'm just assuming his name's Bob, but anyways, we got this for $10,000, $1,000 off. So let's try to get that hooked up. And then I'm going to stop, get some Chinese food, go back to the RV because there's really not that much I can do today because of the rain. And I checked the weather forecast. Tomorrow's going to be a lot better. So maybe we'll wake up a little bit earlier, get out, mow as many properties as we can to build our money back up because we lost a lot buying this, but this is going to help the company grow. I'm hoping anyway. Never mind, guys, scratch that idea about waking up early because it's lunchtime. I slept in, I was pretty tired. That bed is super comfy, but better late than never. So let's get in the truck, head over to a street, see if we can get a couple lawns to mow, and just try to salvage this day because it's half over already. So after driving for 15 minutes, we're over to the street. I was over here before, but there is a couple properties that I knocked on. There was no one home, or they didn't want me to mow at that point. But the grass is still not mowed, so I think it might be the best idea to try again. Yes, so we ended up getting this one here, but before I take the mower off, let's knock on this door just to make things easier. I hope we can get this one too. Yes, so we got this one too, guys. I'm happy about that. So now I can just mow both these properties without getting off the mower. So let's hop on, get started. I don't think it's going to take too long because we can go a bit faster with this. The blades are a lot sharper and we got a bigger cutting width. I think the deck on this one is 36 inches and our push mower was only, I think it was 20. So we should be able to get this done a lot faster. We're able to rest our legs. Oh, about time. But if you guys are enjoying the mowing series and would like to see more mowing content in the future, smash like button, subscribe, and consider turning on notifications. That way you're notified every time I post a video. Alright guys, so last night I was pretty bored because we couldn't really mow yesterday, so I decided to do some math, which is probably not right, but I did it out. So where we're not going to be snow clearing in the winter, if we decide to stay in this town, I'm going to need roughly $35,000 in the savings account to survive the winter. So that's going to take a lot of work. I didn't do the math on how many properties because I'm no mathematician, so we'll leave that to the professionals and just hope we can get there. But $35,000, we should be able to live pretty comfortable. Now the only thing is, if we're staying in the RV, it's going to be pretty cold. I'm going to have to find a way to heat it up, but I think I would like to stay here if I can. I definitely don't want to snow clear this year because I had a pretty good company on the go and I got bankrupt just from snow clearing. So my best interest is to stay away from that. I know it's still pretty early in the year to be talking about that because we're still in April, but I need to start planning now. That way I can stay on track and reach my goal of $35,000 in the savings account plus a big business if that's possible. Anyways, I finally got the properties done over here. It took me roughly an hour to do. If I did it with the push mower, that would take 2.5 hours. So I'm definitely glad I got the ride on lawnmower. I'm gonna park here, go knock on the door, get my money, and then go knock on the other door. Well, there goes $140 to the bank account, and let's go over and get the rest. And another $140 put in the bank account. So let's go over, get the mower put on the trailer. You know what? Actually, there is a property across the street. I'm going to see if I can get that one first because that way I don't have to go to a different street. So let's go over. I don't think that guy would mind if I'm parked in his driveway. And if he do, I'll just move my truck. Yes, so I got this one right here. So we knocked on 3 doors, got 3 properties. Things are starting to look good for me around here. This property is going to be a bit tricky to mow because of all the trees. It's a good thing I got this ride on lawnmower, but I'm kind of regretting not bringing over my push one because back here is a jungle. It's going to be pretty hard to get around as best as I can. That's another thing I would like to get in the future, guys. I think I should probably get a weed whacker so I can get really close to things. But I would have to put the prices up if I'm going to do a proper mowing around here. So yeah, that's something I can do. If somebody wants a rough cut like what we're doing right now, it'd be $140. And if they want something good like a finished cut, I'm going to say roughly $240. I think that's pretty fair. We do have a big list of things that we need to buy. One of that being a truck because the one we got right now, I think we only got 28 days left to put it in our name. And in order to do that, it needs to be inspected. And I already know it's not going to pass inspection. So I either got to put it in the garage, get it fixed, or I need to buy a newer truck. And I'm liking the second option more. It's just we don't have money for a new truck right now. We got $7,000. It's going to be pretty tough to get one that's going to be in better shape than what we got right now, and that we wouldn't have to dump a lot of money into. But anyways, I get this property done. I'm going to collect this money, and then we're going to try to figure out how we're going to get a truck. And just like that, I got another $140 put in the bank account. So I'm going to hop on the mower. We're going to put this on the trailer, and we're going to head over to a different street. So I've been thinking, guys, when I did the math up for how much money we needed, I didn't include the stuff we needed for the business, like the truck, another mower, another trailer, weed whacker. So yeah, my math is way off. I'm going to need a lot more money, and I'm going to need that stuff before I start saving for the winter. So it's going to be tough at first. I'm going to have to start waking up earlier and try to get it out before the other competition. And try to get more mowing jobs because right now we're getting a few a day, but not enough. I'm just going to make a quick pit stop right here. We're going to top the truck up. The mower is still pretty good on fuel, but the truck, we're at half a tank. Oh, the gas prices are so bad. $65 from half a tank, but we should be topped up pretty good now. This should last me at least a few days. I am doing a lot of driving because we're going from different streets and we're not really that close to town where we're staying. So I'm going to head over to the street where we bought this truck. I noticed there was a couple properties over there that need to be done, and of course that cop is still here. That's weird. Now, I don't know if the tow truck company called them or that they live on this street, but anyways, I'm gonna knock on this door. Yes, guys, so we ended up getting this one right here, but before we start to mow, there is a property across the street that I'm gonna try to get. Ah, dang it, so we didn't get that one. There is no cop in that car, so maybe he lives in the house there on the right. Anyways, I'm not gonna worry about that too much because it's been parked in the same spot since the other day. I'm kind of thinking he lives on the street and the tow truck company didn't call on me. We're going to try to get this property done. I don't think it's going to take that long because there's nothing really in my way. There's a couple of trees, probably a shed, nothing really major. So let's try to get the outline done, go around the house. Now, they don't want a perfect cut done, which is good for me because I don't have the proper equipment yet to do a final cut. But that's something I'm definitely going to get. It's just, I don't know if I want to get that first or the truck. I'm going to need a truck, but I do have 28 days to get that. But if I buy the weed whacker, another mower, I can up my prices a bit more to build money faster. It's just, I got to spend the money to make the money, or I can keep saving, buy the truck, and then I don't have to worry about a truck. So there's a lot of things I got to think about. I don't really have that much time. 28 days seems like a long time, but it's really not, especially since you got to try save up at least $10,000 for a good truck. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I'm gonna have to think about this a lot to see what is my best option. I'm still leaning towards getting a truck first because as you guys can see, that door is just open for some reason. It's not latching right, and I'm pretty sure as soon as those 28 days are up, I'm going to get pulled over. The truck's going to be impounded and I'm going to get a huge fine. So yeah, I'm starting to think maybe the truck is a better option right now. In the long run, it's going to save me money. But guys, this is going to be it for the mowing video, and if you guys are enjoying the mowing series and would like to see it continue, smash the like button, subscribe, and consider turning on notifications. That way you're notified every time I post a video. And until the next one, I'll see you guys later.